We live in troubling times when your business may stop, but the ransomware doesn't stop asking for ransom. Neither does your landlord stop asking for rent. This is Leo from the PC Security channel, and today we'll be talking about PwndLocker, a ransomware that's been hitting a lot of cities in the US lately, with ransom demands up to 50 bitcoins or $500,000, 442 to be precise. Now, before we go ahead and run this ransomware and check out what it does to our VM, I just want to let you know that this ransomware is actually decryptable. MCSoft can help you decrypt your files, but it requires a custom decryptor, so you'll have to have the ransomware executable, I believe. So if you're affected, please don't pay the ransom. I'll leave a link to this in the description. Now let's take a look at the threat itself. So if we load it up into PE Studio, as you'll notice, we've got a few indicators that it is malicious. 60 engines detected in VARS total, but that is to be expected given the age of the file. Surprisingly, a few big ones still don't, like Viper, fprot, ClamAV. I don't know what's going on there, but thankfully most of the other ones do. Now, if we take a look at the strings, as you'll see, this file is pretty well obfuscated. There isn't much to give away here. The only thing we can really see here is that it uses sleep, which just means that it could delay execution. From the MITRE perspective, this is a defense evasion technique, but other than that, if we take a look at everything else, it's just all jumbled up and there's nothing interesting that you would find just looking at the strings. So it's not like it uses static key or anything like that. This is a sophisticated threat. It does have some interesting sections. The library count and import count is a bit suspicious. Indicators of obfuscation, obviously. But other than that, there is not a lot you could tell just by going through this file in PE Studio. So we're just going to go ahead and run this and observe what it does to our test system. As you can see, it immediately spawns this process called net.exe, and I believe this is doing all the work. That just spawned the child process, net1, and let's take a look at our files. So our files seem okay so far, but I'm sure that's not going to be for long. As you can see, it's encrypting our pictures right now. Access times are slowed down. CPU usage should be going up. I'm surprised at the fact that it's not at a very high percentage. It's struggling to even open up Task Manager. And interestingly, I think this ransomware actually gets your shared files first, so it attacks network locations. I'll just show you in a sec that our shared folder has been attacked. All our files have been encrypted. We've got this howtorecoverfiles.txt. This was a network location, not even on the main system. So I'm guessing that this is a new strategy that a lot of ransomware is going to deploy, because you don't want the host system to be affected first, because then, let's say if you're an incident responder, you might notice it and try to lock it down. So what the attackers do now is they will try to encrypt files on other systems before they touch the files on the system from which they're being executed. So if you're an incident responder, this is again something to watch out for. If we take a look at the ransom note, it says your files are encrypted, all your important data is encrypted. It's like it's translated in different terms for different people. To recover your data, you need Decryptor. To get Decryptor, you should download Tor browser. This is what you should not do, guys. If you're infected by this, again, this ransomware is decryptable without the help of the attackers, so please use the link in description. Don't pay them the ransom. Attention, no payment equals no decryption. Not true. You really get the decryptor after payment. Do not attempt to remove the program or run the antivirus tools. Attempt to self-decrypting files, interesting grammar there, will result in the loss of your data. Decoders, other users are not compatible with your data because each user's unique encryption key. What? Gotta love the grammar here. But again, on a serious note, this bit is actually true. You need to have the ransomware executable to get a custom decryptor. But as for the rest, we don't really care. Get out of here. I love that. But yeah, our files are indeed encrypted with the .key extension. Now if we go back to the main system, let's see. Interestingly, our documents here are still not touched. but our pictures seem to be affected. Maybe it has something to do with the fact that these are really small files and maybe it just ignores them, or maybe it's still busy doing its thing. The system is still unresponsive. No idea what it's still trying to do in there. And we still can't get Task Manager to open. This is crazy. Keep in mind, this is a fairly fast system with an i7, so it's not like I'm running this on some crappy hardware. Normally, this would just take a couple of seconds, but as you can clearly see, the ransomware is having an effect. I can hear the fans in my system ramping up, but apart from that, there's really nothing on the system to say that anything is happening, which I guess is kind of the point. It attacks a certain system in your network, takes over, uses it to encrypt the files on all the network drives first, and then I guess it deals with the files on this system, locks everything down, and you're left with the ransom note. Even the UAC alert doesn't pop up and we're stuck with a black screen. I think I'm gonna put this machine out of its misery. There we go. By the way, I have a pretty big announcement to make. The PC Security channel is now offering cybersecurity services. So if you're a business or work for a business and you need any help managing your cybersecurity infrastructure or your cybersecurity projects, if you need advice, risk assessments, or you want TPSC style testing for your organization or your security software, we offer all of that. The rates I'll be charging is very reasonable, so don't hesitate to reach out if you'd like to work with me. Once again, thank you all so much for your support. Thank you for watching. Stay safe out there. This is Leo from the PC Security channel, and as always, stay informed, stay secure.